In the middle of the night, under a silver moon, the vegetable patch and fruit trees stood still. The tomatoes swayed gently, the carrots peeked from the soil, and the apples hung in the dark. But tonight, their eyes glowed softly. They were awake. A cucumber shivered. "They'll come again," he said, his small voice shaking. "The humans, they'll come again and take us away one by one, I'm sure of it." A pumpkin's deep voice rumbled beside him. "Yes, the humans, they eat everything. Nothing is safe. Soon their lines be here, and then their lines be nothing left but bare stems and dry soil." The strawberries nearby clung to each other, trembling. The lettuce shook its head, whispering, "It's true what the cucumber said. Once they find you, there's no going back. You'll be plucked from your home and tossed into a basket. Then you'll be crunched, you'll be eaten. It's happened to so many." The memory lingers in the air around us. From the far corner, the tall corn stalks rustled, their dry leaves brushing like a warning. The fruits and vegetables remembered the daylight, the loud footsteps that shook the ground, the big hands that plucked their friends from stems and soil. The sound of filling baskets, the smell of fresh picked produce, the crunching bites, the satisfied sighs. "Oh my," the little pea pod whispered, hiding its face behind a broad bean leaf. "I don't want them to eat me. I don't want to be eaten. I want to grow and grow, become a huge pea pod full of sweet peas." "Hiding won't help you," the lettuce said. "They'll find you if you stay here. If you want to be safe, you have to go with me." He gestured with a wilting leaf towards the old oak tree at the edge of the garden. "Under the tree, we can hide. We can all hide. And maybe, just maybe, they'll pass us by." "Maybe," echoed the pea pod doubtfully. But the wise old potato, hidden under the cool, dark soil, spoke up. "Hiding won't help us. Fear alone won't save us. We must work together to survive, all of us. Little ones, big ones, leafy, smooth, round, or prickly. We must work together." The fruits and vegetables murmured amongst themselves, tossing ideas back and forth. "We could hide under the pumpkin vines," suggested the grapes. "Or we could dig tunnels into the earth," said the carrots. "Or we could climb up the apple tree," added a peach. "They won't look up there." As the faint light crept further over the garden, the birds began to sing and the fruits and vegetables froze. They could already hear distant footsteps. The lettuce trembled. "It's too late. They're coming." But this time, instead of scattering, the plants did something different. The pumpkins at the front of the garden quickly formed a wall, blocking the path. The corn grew taller, their dry leaves rustling as they hid the smaller plants behind them. The berries rolled under the broad leaves of the strawberry patch, while the carrots sank down into the soil, leaving only their green tops poking out. Even the cucumber, who had been the most afraid, squeezed himself between two stout pumpkin vines, his skin prickling with fear, but his heart swelling with bravery. The first human appeared at the edge of the garden, whistling a cheerful tune. His footsteps were heavy on the soft earth. He reached out a hand to pluck a grape from the vine, but his fingers closed on empty air. Startled, he looked around. Where were the juicy, ripe grapes he had seen moments before? He moved on, scratching his head, and stepped towards the apple tree, but the lowest branches were bare. He climbed the tree and began to pick apples, but they were hard and sour, not at all like the sweet, juicy ones from yesterday. He scowled and threw the apples away. Not a single fruit or vegetable was ripe or ready. They were all unseasonably small and hard, barely worth the effort of picking. The humans looked at each other in confusion. What had happened to the bountiful harvest? Where were the plump tomatoes, the sweet strawberries, the juicy watermelons? Had they simply woken up late and missed breakfast? No, that didn't make sense. The corn was still standing straight and tall, but there were no ears of corn to pick. The lettuce was crisp and fresh, but no one wanted to eat raw leaves. The cabbage was tightly curled, hiding whatever was inside. The onions were firm and dry, and the potatoes were tiny and hard. Nothing was soft, ripe, or ready to eat. The humans shrugged and walked away, scratching their heads and wondering about the strange, stubborn garden. As they walked away, the plants exhaled and relaxed. The lettuce drooped, its leaves wilting. The carrots quivered, their tops trembling, the cornstalks creaked and swayed. The pumpkins sagged and the strawberries uncurled. Slowly, they began to whisper amongst themselves. "Did they see us?" the little pea pod asked anxiously. "No, they couldn't see us," the wise old potato said, his voice calm and reassuring. "They didn't understand why nothing was ready to pick, but they didn't see us. That was our plan, and our plan worked." A warm breeze rustled through the garden, carrying the scent of ripening fruit and freshly turned soil. The corn leaves whispered, "We fooled them, but for how long?" The wise old potato knew the answer. "Until we are ready," he said. "Until we are ready for them to eat us. Until the day we ripen and are ready to be picked. Until the cycle of seasons brings our time to be harvested, we must wait. For now, we are safe." As the sun rose fully, bathing the garden in warmth and light, the plants whispered with relief. They had survived another night. The garden was safe. But each fruit and vegetable knew deep down that their time would come. When the humans returned, they would be picked, they would be eaten. It was the way of the garden. And so they waited, growing bigger and ripening, soaking up the sunshine and the rain, waiting for the day they would fulfill their purpose, nourish the humans who would nurture them, only to return to the soil and start the cycle anew. Now it's time for you to do something wonderful. This story is part of our initiative to bring stories and laughter to children in hospitals. So please consider donating to this initiative. Your contribution will ensure that more children can enjoy these special stories and hopefully feel a bit better.